fuck, or maybe those people know my channel name and they're watching my live stream right now. This is so annoying, you man. Until you make noise on the head for 5 or 10 minutes, so you're pissed off. Just start live streaming. You don't chew your foot, bro. I start live streaming, they don't do nothing to me. Oh, you're a liar. It's so weird. Don't bark at those kids in the hallway, fucker, okay? They like to yell in front of my door all the time. Cut your hair. You can't climb on me, little dog. Hey, this dog always tried to climb on my crotch and stomp on my testicles. Like, no. People don't like the way I talk to you. So now they don't like me upstairs. And you don't care that I swear. Yeah, you don't care if I swear. Big deal. Yeah, just so YouTube knows this, somebody started a channel and they put the name Snarf and they have a screenshot of my mask. And they're making videos without my permission, man. Another channel name too, and they just started it like a month and a half ago. That person better screw off, bro. People like to do weird stuff to me, man. Gotta have that mask in here. It's hand painted by me. It's creepy as hell that someone put the name Snarf, which is the name that I use for my channel. And they use my clown mask and my image of something that I hand painted without asking me, at least. It's not like they remixed my video. They made their own video. Get what I'm saying? So on YouTube it says you're not allowed to use my picture without my permission, man. Get what I'm saying? So I allow everybody to remix my videos because my video and you might come like to my channel after. But if he screenshots me, he could just make the video with my picture, man. I didn't even care about that, honestly. I cared about him using my name. I thought it's creepy. Just like the way these people stomp the shit out of my head until I turn my live stream on and they don't make a sound. It's like a mouse. It's creeping me out, bro. I don't want him to make noise. I want them on camera. So my dog chews the shit out of herself because she's stressed out from living here. You is your pH balance all screwed, dog, or you just stressed out? Well, here's a funny story. I still didn't go back to work yet, okay? My boss sent me a thing in like February, recall to work, like February 17th. There's 5 guards working, like at the place I'm supposed to work now. I'm not even like, she doesn't know if I'm gonna work there. And she's telling me to go get a new job and to work for like her part time. Anyway. And the lady upstairs literally wears a COVID mask, man, outside. Like there's no COVID. Just trying to give you a mentality of that person. Maybe I just come across as an asshole. It's part of my own fault. Can you please not bite your nails off, little doggy, okay? Yeah, you're just licking your foot, right? No biting it. Dog bites her own toenails off, bro. It's so strange. You've been doing that for a long time. They pay the vet to cut your nails, bro. Like, you don't need to cut them off. Nothing's stuck in your foot, bro. Or like, no ticks or nothing, bro. Your face looks dirty. The dog's half Pomeranian. That's why it looks dirty. It's got red fur. Yeah. Tell those people to make weird noises, Belcourt. Look in front of your eyeball. There's a piece of hair. It's bugging me. I must cut it off with you. It's on this eye. You got eye schnots every day. Ugh, big. This video's pointless. I'm not gonna catch nobody doing shit to me. Oh, stupid idiot. I wonder which time this video was. Just remember the people upstairs, they complained about me. The super came and talked to me. The last people that got evicted, they tormented me for 7 months, man. They had to take these people to court to get them to leave. Then when they finally got them to leave, they lived illegally up the hallway from me. And I'm the one that told the super those people are still living here. She's like, what do you mean? I'm like, yeah, they live up the hallway. You know what the other people said about me? They told the super that I was mad that I could hear them eating food. And I yelled at them because they were eating food. You think I care about somebody eating food in this apartment building besides me and my dog? Like, people around here are nuts, bro. So that's literally why I haven't been a vendetta, because that lady upstairs had no right to complain about me. And I don't make noises on anybody's walls or ceiling or nothing, bro. And everybody does that to me non-stop, dude. You can hear all those stupid fucking noises, like, bro. It's literally happens so much that I'm at the point that, like, I just, like, I don't know. Every little noise makes me get angry. And, like, my camera doesn't do justice to it, obviously. it's just like repetitive for like freaking 2 years straight, basically. I've lived here for like 4 years. I've been tormented for like half the time I lived here. They renovated that apartment above me 3 times, man. I think it's had 3 different tenants in it. The apartment across the hall from me, they renovated it twice. It's empty right now. The apartment beside me on this side, they renovated it twice. So I'm talking about. So imagine living through that shit. And when they renovated above me, they took like 2 to 3 weeks most of the time, and they're banging and screwing things. And the Ukrainian family is banging and screwing things. With like 8 people in their apartment every day, yelling and screaming, stomping, throwing garbage at me. I've made videos about it. It's insanity, man. Outside my window right there is my Wi-Fi wire. Someone broke it. So my Wi-Fi box came here and I plugged it in. It didn't work. I didn't figure it out till like 4 days when I went and looked and the wire was broke. And then it was unscrewed from the gray box out there, which is locked, by the way. Only the technician guy can open it. It was all sabotaged and like pried open. And I'll tell you another secret. All the numbers on it are labeled to the apartment numbers. He said my wire was the only one that was undone like that. So that's why I'm like weird, man. What would that make you feel like? It's like I'm in a movie or the Twilight Zone. My other e-scooter, the first year I lived here, someone broke a beer bottle on it right outside my window. I went to get on my bike in the morning, it had beer, like glass all over it. It was under the tires, there's a big piece of glass, there's a giant piece of glass on my bike seat. All little like glass shavings on the hand grips. My whole bike was covered in glass, man. So yeah, the Ukrainian people's kid, he put a fence spike behind my tire. I can't prove he did it, but his bike was by my bike. People just did weird shit to me around here. So yeah, I'm a little bit of an asshole by now. Just think of that one, man. People live above you, and then their kid, who's like 12 years old, and his brother start putting their stupid bikes by your window. And not to mention my e-scooter out there, when I back it up, the bike was in my way. So if I tried to back it out to get it out of where I park it, the kid's bike was in the way of my back tire, so it would hit his bike. So I'd have to friggin' lift the bike up and wedge it around till I could get it out. He'd throw empty bottles by my bike every day with half bottle of water in them. Like, they think I'm dumb. You know why he was doing that? He was putting those bottles out there with half bottle of water because anybody that knows, like, little prank shit, if I stepped on that because it's pitch black out there, I would have slipped and I would have fell backwards. You know what I'm saying? My foot would have rolled on it. Because obviously the pressure in the bottle is not going to go flat because there's water in it and there's a lid on it. You know what I'm saying? That's why he was doing that. And I kept telling the super, the kid keeps putting empty water bottles out there. He'd do it every day with his brother. They'd throw like 1 or 2 bottles out there. I want a lawyer. I want to sue those people that were bugging me before. So anybody saying I'm bugging them around here is an insane person, bro. The lady complained that she could hear me say mother effer loud in my own apartment during the daytime when I was making a video, man. And I just made a rap song and it says mother effer, mother effer, mother effer. So that's what I was basically doing. That's what I got in trouble for. I lived here for 4 years. So that lady's a weirdo, man. And she wears a COVID mask. And she tells my super, oh, my preschool kid could hear him swearing. Like, preschool kids don't know what that is, man. And I said I'm in my own apartment. Someone literally keeps throwing dog treats outside, and now they're putting rust by the door. Like big pieces of metal rust, and they're breaking up in little pieces and throwing. I'm gonna videotape all these things. I'm gonna give it all to the police, bro. What else am I supposed to do about it? I have to tell the police. I've been being harassed for 2 years from other people in this building. I've had people put dog food in front of my door. The wet floor sign blocking my door twice. Once when I went to work and I came home, it was there. And then once when I woke up, it was there and it was like touching my door. I thought a kid did that, you know, but that's all like harassing me, bro. You know what I'm saying? If their kid upstairs was doing that to me, and they throw human hair at my bike, and I don't have long hair, man. That happened 4 times. Someone was throwing hair at me out there. I said, gross that is. That's something a kid would do, you know? And his sister and mother had long brown hair. So obviously that makes sense if they brush their hair all week and then he takes the hair out of the garbage or something because he's a little kid. It's gross, man. And the way a little kid thinks, he thinks I would have got it wrapped around my hub wire or my hub thing on my e-bike. Like in a cartoon or something, right? And all the hair would get wrapped around and get tangled in there. My bike wouldn't work. When meanwhile, I just had to take a screwdriver. Because that's what happened, by the way. It got wrapped around my hub wire once. Like, gross, bro. I'd take a screwdriver and stab the hair and rip it out of my hub wire. Or out of my hub thing in the back tire. Like where your motor is and the hub spins around. That's where the hair got stuck. What else happened? Someone loosened my valve stems out there. So I woke up to go to work and my tire was flat. And then I look and the valve stem was loose, but I had a valve stem tightener. So I tightened the valve stem and I put air in the tire and it never went flat. I woke up once with a flat tire. I just put air in my tire and then it didn't go flat again. So someone let the air out of my tire. That's some shit a little kid would do, you know? And where my windows are right there, there's these metal sills outside and there's like a balcony. I came home from work and the kid's bike was inside of my windowsill, like his handlebars. So it's basically like what I take it as the kid tried to break my window. He tried to knock his bike into my window. And my e-bike out there, it's never leaned towards my window. I lean it away on purpose. Lately, it's been leaning towards my window, man. Like someone's walking by and pushing on it and making it lean towards my window. Trying to make it fall into the window. So I don't appreciate these stupid games around here. It's so weird, bro. And it's just all this shit that makes me look like a weirdo when I'm talking about it. And I honestly think this shit because of all the stuff I just rambled about. So someone pushing my bike towards my window. You know what I'm saying? It's not hard for people to see me go walk my dog somewhere and know I'm not around here and do shit to my bike. Or when I go with my mother, right? They know, yeah, the guy's gone. They could do shit to my bike. Little kids do dumb shit, like pushing my bike towards my window. And my point is, none of these kids or people need to do anything to me. I live here. I pay lease, man. I signed a lease to live here. I'll say all this in court, too. I gave the landlord 7 or 8 months of rent when I moved here at the same time. Just remember that, bro. It was right when COVID was still going on. I was still sick. I gave her like all my savings to move here because I was having trouble getting an apartment. I gave her $8,700 at one time, man. Nobody does that shit. Most people pay first and last, no? I paid her 6 months rent and last month's rent, so 7 months rent. I don't know why I did that, honestly. It was so I could get the apartment, basically. Because other people wanted this apartment. People put playing cards in my mailbox here. That's happened twice. In my window, when that was happening, I used to have a deck of card things. It was like a big blanket with like a deck of card thing on it, like some kind of blackjack or some crap. Yeah, they're putting cards in there. It's tripping me out. People always leave the door open. It blocks my mailbox. So I have to pry the door open to get it away from my mailbox to check my mail. And there's a sign that says, don't leave the door open all the time, man. I filmed the other day, there's about 200 peanut shells outside. I have emails from the owner and the super not to feed the squirrels and the birds out there. The lady on the very, very top floor just whips food on the ground. And that's why I saw a king pigeon get killed by a hawk once, because that lady feeds them out there. And it made me mad. I jumped on my window, man, trying to save the thing, because I'm on the bottom floor. I don't even make these things up. This is my life. It's so dumb, bro. I look out my window to say, oh, it's nice and sunny out. And they're right there. There's a freaking hawk trying to kill a pigeon. Like, the thing was still alive. I had to try to, like, go out there. That's a lady's fault. It, like, traumatized me, bro. I can't even feed the birds because they're rats. Because that lady. There's a rat trap outside, too. My old e-scooter has rat shit in it, and they chewed the wires from climbing inside my bike at night and living in by my batteries. And my dad told me when he took my bike apart, the wires were chewed and there's rat shit in it. So that means they're climbing on my bike, man. And I was driving that around. It's disgusting, bro. The one lady that lived upstairs threw a rat at me off the balcony a long time ago, right in front of the superintendent. Because that's why they got a rat trap out there. It almost landed on my face. You can ask my superintendent about it. I'm not making it up. It happened in real life. And they laughed about it. They thought it was funny. And I'm like, that's not funny, bro. It almost landed on my face. Because I was living in a carpet, and she lifted the carpet. She told the super, oh, there's a rat living up here in the carpet. I don't want to hurt the thing. And I'm thinking, like, lady, that's gross. Like, why wouldn't you tell anybody there's a rat up there? She had a kid up there, too, bro. It's like, the thing could bite your kid and give your kid a freaking disease, man. The kid has a lower immunity than an adult. Like, I would definitely, like, that's gross. And then she had the nerve to throw it at me off the balcony. It was an accident, but I mean, she started shaking the carpet, and it jumped, man. Right in my face. Disgusting, bro. Listen. Listen. You heard that, right? Like, boom, 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 boom. Those people have the nerve to complain about me, bro. Why don't they kiss my ass, dude? I dare him to complain and say, oh, I could hear him talking to himself in his apartment. It's like, no, I'm talking to YouTube. It's my cell phone. I talk to my dog all the time. That lady literally told the super I scared them, man. I'm a security guard. That can take my license taken away from me, by the way. If the police came here and like thought that lady took that lady seriously, I'm not allowed to have a criminal record, or I lose my security guard license. I have a police clearance. I have no criminal record, man. And like I said, I got my security guard license in 2016. I worked for Star Security. I did events in Toronto. I did events at the Meridian Center in St. Catharines, like special events. For this company I work for now, I worked at Grey Wolf Lodge, Shaver Hospital, Brock University, both brick places, Leon's, tent sales, where they sell couches and a bunch of bullshit. I did both parking garages in St. Catharines. That's Carlisle Street, Ontario Street. I did a hydro company contract, Grey Wolf Lodge contract. Where the hell else did I work? Oh yeah, by the way, when I was doing the security job, I had a job in Marineland until they sold it. I was the rides breaker. That's the hardest job to get in there. All the rides people want that job. They were all mad at me. I did that job 2 years in a row. You know what my job was? I walk to a ride, I break you for 15 minutes. Then I go to the next ride, I do 4 or 5 rides. Then I'd start over again after my lunch break. Then I would give them a half-hour break. That was my job. It was sick. So anybody talking about my character that I'm going to hurt somebody or I scare people, what are they talking about, bro? I don't assault nobody. I don't like people bugging me or act like an asshole. What do people want me to do? Like them bug me? Okay? No. No one's going to bully me, bro. This place is a joke. I'm a joke for living here, and I'm pathetic for living here. You know, I live here too. During COVID, when I had no job because I lost it because everything was closed, My ma sold her friggin' house on me. I moved there because my stepfather had a double stroke and died. And my mom called me crying that she was going to lose her house and she couldn't afford the mortgage by herself. And if I would live with her. So I don't want anybody twisting this that I asked to live with her. I didn't want to live with my mother. And she promised I'll never sell the house. We'll go 50-50 from the time you live here. And during COVID, I got really sick and I had fluid around my heart and I was laying on her couch for like 7 or 8 months, like not even be able to walk, bro. I couldn't put shoes on my feet. All the hair fell out of my legs. I have scars on both of my feet, on the tops of my feet, and on both sides of my ankles. There's scars on me. It looks like stigmata or whatever. That's from that COVID shit. That's how much pressure was in my legs. And the doctor could not figure out why I had fluid around my heart. I'd wake up and like be out of breath and like I feel like you're getting stabbed in the heart and all this shit. And he said it was fluid around my heart pooling there when I wake up and like sit up, that it's rushing down into my lungs or whatever. And then he thought I had blood clots. He sent me to the specialist. They checked my legs, my groin. It was embarrassing, man. I'd let some like female nurse check my groin area for blood clots, both my legs, like my whole body basically. They took 10 samples of blood or something. They tested for all different shit. Like they filled those vials up like 10 different ways. And they tested me for like everything you could have wrong with you. And now one of the doctors said, yo, you have COVID to me though. Just remember that, man. And I can take my pictures of my feet and like my legs and look at people with COVID toe. It's identical pictures, man. My hands were doing it too. I was getting rashes on my hands. I was like vomiting almost. I couldn't like eat food barely. I'd get a headache. That was all like during that COVID thing. So anyway, my unemployment ran out. And like I said, I was sick and laying there. And my mom came up one day and said, yo, you have to get out of here. I sold the house. You have 6 months. That's why I live in this place, man. My chihuahua died in this apartment. That's why I bought this dog. You know, since I bought this dog, someone in this neighborhood said I was animal cruelty to this dog, man. The police came. They put a note on my door. There's a special person for the police department that investigates animal cruelty. Again, that will affect my security guard license. So I cried on the phone to this police officer. Like, I don't hurt my dog, bro. I swear a lot. Who cares? I'm a grown-up. I was raised that way. And I know it's not cool to swear, but I was raised that way. Everybody I know swears, bro. Everybody I know says that dumb word, bro. It's annoying. That's how I was raised this way. But anyway, back to the story of my dog. Someone did that to me. It was unfounded. I had to shave all my dog's hair off. They had to check my dog for bruising and knotting and shit. They said my dog was all matted and dirty and that I abuse her. Like, no, man. You know what I'm saying? I didn't abuse nothing. So the cop closed the case or whatever, but that's what I'm just saying. My chihuahua died in front of my face in here, bro. It had a heart attack or something. I don't know why it died. I couldn't help it. It was like 3 in the morning. By the time someone got here to take me to an emergency vet, the dog had already passed away. I had 3 surgeries on my last dog. I paid $8,000 altogether. I had to keep getting surgeries on her. She was sick. I could rant all day about my life. It's depressing, bro. The other Chihuahua was a saved rescue dog. I paid $100 for her. She was left in a cage for 16 hours a day. The girl was mean as hell to her. Her ribs, her spine were sticking out, her skull was sticking out. She was almost dead when I got her, man. Within 3 weeks, the dog was gaining weight. I brought her to the vet. I got her all her shots. I had her surgery. They took all her teeth out. They left 1 tooth in her mouth. It cost me thousands of dollars. The dog would have died. It was getting abscessed teeth. They were rotten. It was disgusting from being malnourished as a puppy. So basically all her puppy teeth got destroyed, which destroyed all of her grown-up teeth. And then basically she had some other issue in her stomach and her anal glands from that lady not taking care of her and getting her anal glands taken care of properly, because Chihuahuas you have to do that. So by the time I was doing that probably at the vet, they wanted to do surgery. They'd do surgery twice on my dog for that same issue. That cost me a lot of money. The final surgery, the dog was either put my dog to sleep or she's gonna die, bro. Her stomach bloated out. She was getting fluid in her belly. And I just said, fine, do it, bro. That was like thousands of dollars. I had my whole family telling me, put the dog to sleep. You're an asshole. You're an idiot. Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? The dog lived for like a year and something after I did that. I don't know why my dog died. So just think what I feel like, bro. So what? I'm going to be an asshole, yeah? You know what I mean? I don't want nobody messing with this dog that I had the camera on, bro. Like, you know what I mean? The dog is so weird. I've had so many people mess with my dog. I watch these videos and I can't even believe how like I have so much bad luck, man. Oh yeah, I forgot. See this dog? The Great Dane across the road. It was a gold Great Dane. It was walking with this dude and his little boy. It ran all the way across the road to me, man, and tried to eat this dog that I have the camera on. It almost got her throat twice. It bit me on my wrist. I had a bruise. I didn't even know it bit me until I got home. I didn't realize I had a bruise till the next day. Obviously. I didn't brat on that guy. I don't even know if he still lives around here. I had earphones with music cranked full blast, and by the time I realized the dog was there, it's like a foot away from my dog with his freaking mouth wide open. And the guy had to literally jump on his dog and lay on top of it. My dog let out this crazy whining sound, like blood screeching, bro. Like I thought the dog hurt my dog. For like a minute straight, my dog was going, arr, 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 arr. People came out of their houses over there. That's how loud my dog was squealing. That's how much the dog scared him, man. So ever since then, my dog barks at everybody. That's why I get mad about the dog treats out there. This dog has eaten so many things outside, it's almost died about over 10 or 20 times from me, like having to pull stuff out of its throat, literally. Like where it's choking on it, it's stuck in its throat like a peanut shell. Because that lady upstairs, man. People throw peanut shells around the neighborhood, bread bag tabs, they break them in half, they put them in the middle of the sidewalk. Half marijuana joints, with marijuana in them still, in the middle of the sidewalk. My dog tries to eat them. Not anymore. I trained her out of all that shit, but for a year and a half she was tormenting me. So I don't appreciate dog treats out there. She tries to eat them. In the winter they were frozen, by the way, so she was like gonna choke on them. Frozen solid dog treats. I don't know if that person's a weirdo and poisoning them. Who the hell puts dog treats outside in the sidewalk, bro? Nobody does that. That's weird. That's my opinion. You get my point? They don't own the sidewalk. I give my dog treats from the pet store that I purchase with my own money and that I know are 100% safe because they're coming out of my hand. And when I'm trying to train a dog not to eat everything outside and some asshole in the neighborhood's just leaving treats out there, I'm taking it as they're trying to annoy me, bro. Like, do they want the bullhorns up the butthole? I'm not the one, man. I'm not threatening nobody. I wish one of these losers in this friggin' welfare-infested neighborhood would assault me, man. I really wish they would. I'm a security guard for 11 years. I know Aikido for over 22 years. I know karate. My cousin was a third-degree black belt in karate. He's dead now. He killed himself. He committed suicide. His name was Jim. My name's Jimmy, too. He committed suicide. My cousin Joey overdosed on fentanyl on May the 18th. Or May the 17th. One of those days. He either died during the nighttime or during the day. I had a special event to promote kindness on May the 17th. So the next day after that, which was a flop, I lost $4,000 worth of my own money. For no reason, basically. That's how much money I lost. I bought all this shit. I bought animatronics, Halloween, scary stuff. I bought things to sell there. I paid a guy to play music there. I gave the guy an Iron Maiden mask for free. I paid over $140 for it. I paid a tariff on it. It was a collector Iron Maiden mask because he loves Iron Maiden. He's a young kid. He's like 18 or 19 years old. He's on YouTube. His name's Ghost of Maiden. You can go watch his videos. You can ask him about me if anybody thinks I'm a liar. I don't ever lie. I never lie. Anyway, I never lie. Just remember that. What do I have to lie about, bro? This is all my story of the last 2025 into this year and how much shit's been done to me. And I'm going to keep documenting it. It's ridiculous. Do you know, I went to the falls today and I live streamed it. This guy gave me the finger down there, a tourist, because I had my e-scooter on the sidewalk with my feet on the ground going like 4 or 5 kilometers an hour. Because I want to drive up to Niagara Falls and look at it near the railing. And he got mad or something, give me the finger, and he was videotaping and taking a picture of me. That's what people do to me, bro. I was born in this city. I'm allowed to drive an electrical scooter on the sidewalk anywhere from 0 to 20 kilometers an hour. Obviously, near Niagara Falls, I'm not going to go any more faster than 3 to 5 kilometers an hour. I don't need the finger being given to me by some idiot tourist person, man, who's just coming here for a few days. I've lived here for a long time. My uncle owns a business in the city. It's called Value Muffler. My nephew works there. He's a registered, licensed auto mechanic. He's over 20 years old. I'm old, bro. Do you think I need some woman who wears a COVID mask saying, I heard him say mother effer loud, bro? It's like, shut up, dude. Don't listen to what I'm talking about. In my own apartment that I pay lots of money for. You know what else? That lady has a boyfriend. Now he doesn't like me because she said a lie about me. It wasn't really a lie about me. It's just literally like, it's none of your business if I said mother effer, bro. I make rap music. Is that against the law? I write fictional shit. Go on my YouTube. There's like 20,000 comments. Some comments I've left on other channels are 2,000 words long, man. I'm not even lying. I do that for a reason. Because I like people. I like to make people feel good. All my comments are kindness. YouTube give me an award. Top 30% promoting kindness to other YouTube users, basically. Like, for real, bro. That's stupid. Like, it's not stupid. It's their award. The Sunshine Award. I think it's dumb. It says top 30% of YouTube users promoting positivity and kindness in other people. That's all my comments are. I copy and paste my comments. You know what I do? I listen to people play music, flute music, and that makes me feel inspired. Then I might write a nice comment. Then I copy and paste it. I save it to my clipboard. Then I scroll to other live streams. Then I put that comment on their live stream. Some people make fun of me. Some people get mad at me. Some people like it. No one's going to stop me from doing me, man. What I want to do. Get it? I don't want to listen to somebody's kid run on my head. I don't have a kid. I never complained to the super. That lady's kid woke me up every day at 20 to 7 a.m. running around on my head for 10 or 15 minutes. That was my alarm clock, bro. I never complained about that until the super knocked on my door and goes, yo, somebody heard you saying mother effer and growling and barking like a werewolf and they're scared of you. Keep in mind, last people said I heard them eating and I screamed at them through my ceiling and they're scared of me. Like, bro, man. You could literally write a book about this shit I just rambled about. It's hilariously stupid. I could film the peanuts outside. There's 200 of them, man. That's hilariously stupid. I could show you I have 5 to 6 emails saying don't do that. From the owner of the building, don't do that. I have like 5 emails. Don't leave the door open with a rock in the door. Don't put the mat up where people might trip on it. And people do it continuously, man. Continuously, like nonstop. Like leaving a rock in the door and the carpet where your foot gets stuck in it. And you might do a face plant down the stairs. And upstairs on the second floor, beside the people above me, which is why I was getting mad at the last people, there's an 80-something-year-old man and his wife. And they go for walks all the time. And he holds her hand. It's cute as hell. And they say hello to me sometimes. And I've let them pet my dog a couple times. And the guy is very, like, he can barely hear anything. He's going deaf or something. And the lady can barely walk, bro. And they hold hands. And I don't want them tripping on a rock on the sidewalk. I don't want him tripping on the carpet. So I'm trying to like just defend myself, you know? I'm sorry for being a nice person, bro. I don't want that old man doing a faceplant down the stairs, his wife. Get it? Like they're 80 something, bro. If they break their hip or something, they might die, man. Does that make sense? Then the old man's gonna have a broken heart. He's gonna like his wife died. Then he's gonna die. So again, why don't people think about that kind of stuff, man? When they're like being like, oh, I'm gonna annoy the super. I'm gonna ignore the note in the door. It's just dumb, bro. What else? I have a dog in here. I don't want people like leaving the door open in case I'm at work and someone breaks in apartments. They like some weirdo walks by and says, "Oh, look, the door's open. I'm gonna have opportunity to go in this building and look for unlocked doors and shoulder bump them and try to pry one open and steal something, get opportunity." And then my dog's barking at him, so he decides to hurt my dog because he doesn't want to hear someone like him, my dog, barking at him. That's how I think about shit. Other people live in here, bro, like with families and little kids, old people. Some people might have a lot of expensive stuff in their apartments, none of my business. So I leave all the doors like shut and secured. So that way like no weirdo can wander in, bro. It's probably never gonna happen in a million years, but it could happen. So I try to avoid it happening. It's on my lease agreement, bro. It sound like a crybaby. Sound like a little wussy, little girl. I'm funnel drinking my coffee. You can hear like there's no noises because everyone knows I'm making this live stream. That's how thin walls are. That's what I feel like. I feel like those people can hear me talking to this camera right now, and they're listening to me. It's creeping me out, bro. I'm not even talking loud, dude. I like talking about people who lie about me. I hope it makes them angry enough to assault me one day, because I will assault them back. And then after I assault them back, I'll call 911 and say that person attacked me, and I'll tell the truth. No one's allowed to assault anybody. No one's allowed to mentally harass somebody else. No one's allowed to make me seem like the hunchback of Notre Dame when I live here, man. No one's allowed to make me feel uncomfortable for no reason. I'm a grown-up. I'm not in high school. I'm not in my 20s. I'm not in my 30s. Remember that. I'm old, bro. To start shaving, I'll start shaving people's eyebrows off, man. Come on. Hey? Shave your eyebrow off. That little piece of hair is driving me nuts, and I can't use these on it because they're not the right shaver for near your eyeball. The other one broke on me. I had one for her toes and her eyeballs. And you know what came today in my email? My security guard license. It got reinstated because it has to be sent away for approval. That's why I'm getting mad at people. I don't need them complaining about me and getting me shit with nobody, bro. And another thing about a security guard license in Canada, you're only allowed 3 write-ups. There's like different kinds of write-ups. All the companies are different. It's really strict. It's really stupid. Some of them act like you're a police officer. I'm not even making this up. I had to do guard reports. All my guard reports went to the police. Okay? So I'm not just like some joke. And I even forgot. Every time I do a contract, when I was rambling all the contracts, I work by myself. No boss there, man. So Shaver Hospital, all nurses in there, all old patients. I work midnights there for like 8 to 10 hours, sometimes 12 hours, for 6 to 7 months straight. I had to make a report every day. I had to protect a nurse that worked there. You guys can check into anything I say. The nurse got threatened by some man. He said, "I'm going to murder you." They had his picture in my office. He's this big, like, rich person. He owns a construction company. It was all about some work he had done. And she didn't want to pay him for it. And she said that he had scratched her car. And she was suing him for money. And he was sending other people to her house with, like, police stuff on, acting like police, knocking on her door, trying to get her to open the door. He was threatening her. He's stealing her mail. And yeah, that's literally what he's doing. He's threatening her. He's following her around with other like Italian people, like grown men, trying to like get her by herself so he could do stuff to her. So she's really scared. So I had to meet her in the parking lot every day. Do you think I'm really an evil person, bro? Shaver Hospital has a church in there. I'd pray in there every day at work, bro, because it was midnights and there was complete silence in there. I would go pray to the freaking shrine in there, bro. The nurses there, I was an animal person lover. The possum, I was always telling them to not hurt the possum. The possum would go under this portable. And I told the maintenance guy, don't block him in there, because he's trying to block him in there. I saved the possum. I shined flashlights at people. The deer would almost get hit by cars all the time. Near Brock University. I don't know how many times I saved them from people hitting them. I would shine flashlights and people would slow down. The deer would be in the middle of the road, bro. I would like save skunks at work from cars hitting them, little cats. Because I worked midnights all the time. I would interact with all kinds of wild animals, foxes, like wolves, blah, blah, blah. Like friggin', I dealt with all kinds of people, homeless people, drug addicts, normal people, crazy people, insane people, homeless women, homeless men that were normal. I've been doing this, like that job for, I said, like 10 years for Cantech. So I need someone saying I'm scaring them, bro. I'm a fucking security guard. My job is to protect people, bro. Get it? Like, that's my job. Oh, yeah, and I forgot. I worked at Market Square in Niagara Falls called The Exchange. I did security guard work there. Do you know what I said my cousin Joey overdosed from fentanyl? Before he had died from that, I rented this hall there in advance, like a month and something ahead of time, so I could organize it. Because I had done security there and I kept watching people do events. I'm like, wow, this hall's really nice. It's only $100 an hour. I'm allowed over 100 and something people. This is like an opportunity. I might be able to get money. But I didn't do it right. But anyway, what happened was these fentanyl addicts were doing fentanyl by the door. And there's a little bit of a crack in the middle of the doors there. And then this girl's like, oh, there's these people, they're trying to start a fire too. This is like during the daytime. So I walk up to the door on the inside because they're locked and they can't get in. And I'm like saying to the guy, get out of here. And he's like, give me the finger. He's like, F you. And they're like smoking fentanyl. I'm not even lying, bro. He blew it through the crack right in my face. And I felt like he was going to barf after. And when he blew it in my face, I got so mad, man. Because I had already asked him to leave a bunch of times. And his friends were telling me off too. There's 3 of them. And there's cameras there for the city of Niagara Falls. This is all on camera there. And I screamed really loud at him, get the F out of here. I was so mad that he blew that shit in my face. I wanted to kick him in the face, bro, for doing that and punch him and attack him, but I'd lose my job. Because he poisoned me, you know what I mean? He's trying to kill me. I could have died from that. And everyone's like, you couldn't have died. Like, yeah, I could. And if you read about fentanyl, it stays in your body forever, I think. It's never going to, like, man, that guy had no right to blow that at me. I don't smoke fentanyl. I don't want to smoke fentanyl. And that's why we had to do security guard work there. Because they were going in the washroom there where the mothers change the babies with the diaper station. And they're doing fentanyl. And someone overdosed. And their friend pulled the fire alarm. So that's why we got contracted to work there. Because they never had security there before. Because that happened. So again, another fentanyl idiot gets my job taken away. I lost my job for that. For saying F you to him. The girl working there heard me. And keep in mind, there's nobody in there really except for me, her, and these other people that were doing like some Star Wars Jedi like sword fighting in the hall. There's 4 of them. And they like just do that every time, just the 4 of them. They ran it for fun. And they told me I couldn't even hear you yell. That girl got all scared of me, ratted me out. Then I lost my job there. And then I still ran the hall, I remember that. So then I had no job there. I had no way to organize it. Because my plan was every time people came there for hall rentals, I was going to talk to them about what I wanted to do. And if they would come buy a ticket from me. And I want to promote kindness. And I want to sell crosses. And I want to like show that even though I'm wearing all these weird costumes and I'm ugly, I'm not evil. And I'm a nice person. And that's why I bought animatronics. I want to cry. Anyway, I don't want to jump scare people. I had this shit all planned, bro, and it got all messed because that lady got my job taken away. And then I had no motivation to do my thing right. I didn't jump scare nobody. I didn't wear my costumes. I was all depressed. I didn't live stream it. Um, I didn't do nothing the way I wanted, bro. Because that lady did that. It like demotivated the shit out of me. I was all mad. And then, not to mention, like I said, I still ran at the hall. I can't get my money back. So then I felt uncomfortable when I went there. And then I seen that girl there, bro. When I went to the hall, that girl was there. The one that got me my job taken. She was helping set the hall up because that's what they do. They help set the hall up when you rent it. So tell me that's not weird. Then the one girl didn't know how to turn the radio on right, so I only had half the stereo that I could use. In the hall and on the outside of the building on the one side, and I wanted on the outside of the other side by the bus stop to attract people to hear it because it was open to the public. And I was going to wear my costume out there and start telling people, do you want to come in? I was going to reduce the ticket sales because nobody was coming to it. Then I was even so desperate I was going to let people in for free because I had like I had 5 trays of pizza. I had 2 giant Costco cakes that I bought. I ended up giving a pizza to people. I gave another pizza to my cousin. I gave the Ghost of Maiden kid's friend like a half a pizza, and then the guy gave me $20 even though he didn't want it because he felt bad for me. Then I gave a whole cake away to somebody. I was just giving people stuff, bro. But that lady says I'm a mean asshole? Like, really? And back to the story about the fentanyl. So imagine that. I lost my job because I said F you to a fentanyl head after I politely asked him 5 times to go away. And then he blew the smoke through the door in my face. Then after that, I told the girl working I feel sick like I'm going to puke. She never called an ambulance. She didn't do nothing for me, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I was a police officer and someone did that, they would get an ambulance and stuff to come check me out, bro. Then I worked all day. Then she didn't even, like, make it seem like she's going to do anything bad to me that whole day. And she ratted me out when my shift was over. The next day, my boss is... Or no, sorry, I worked, like, 3 more shifts. Then my boss is like, oh, I got a call that you did this or that. You can't work there anymore. You're not fired. But you scared them there, and they don't want you there anymore. So they're the only guard that was scaring the drug addicts away because I'm kind of mean looking and I was intimidating them all. They don't want me there. Just keep in mind, they were pooping in front of the city door where the city janitor guy goes in, and he was telling me that the fentanyl drug addicts were pooping in front of the door. They're starting fires there, man. They'd like smoke crack and stomp on the glass pipe and leave it on the sidewalk, and then all these families are going to an event there where they rent the hall. And elderly people are walking their dogs. Like, man. And like I said, my cousin Joey died from fentanyl. He was a crystal meth addict. He went on methadone. And he started living at my Uncle Mike's, and he stole. So they were letting him live at his business in this giant metal portable. I had no idea he was living in this thing for like over a year and a half he lived in there. And then he friggin' did fentanyl, I guess, or something stupid. And he overdosed and died inside of that metal portable, man. So imagine that. He died all by himself in a metal portable from choosing fentanyl over his family and his cousin. And I saved him 4 times in his life from being homeless, where he was like literally a total screw up in life. He was an idiot, man. He was always getting in trouble with the police. He was never hurting anybody, but he was always just doing stupid shit, man. You know what I mean? Like driving cars without a license, or like little mundane crap, like smoking weed and driving, like just being around idiot people. So I felt sorry for him. He's my blood cousin. I let him live with me 4 times in a row. Nobody in this neighborhood knows this shit when they're tormenting me about my dog, bro. I've had a shitty life, bro. My dad used to beat me up. My dad used to call me names. My dad used to beat my brother up. My dad used to call my brother names. My dad wiped out on a motorcycle with me and like hurt me really bad when I was a little boy. I've been in car accidents. I've crashed on motorcycles by myself. On my e-scooter I wiped out a bunch of times. That's why it's broken. I have bad luck, bro. And back to the fentanyl story, because I do that where I rant on to other things. Because of the amount of trauma I've been to, I feel like I have PTSD disorder by this point, and I'm going to go talk to a therapist about it, and I'm going to blame people in this neighborhood about it, and a bunch of other shit in my life.
Oh yeah, and I forgot to tell everybody, I've been stabbed by my girlfriend when I was 21 years old. Everybody I know will vouch for this. There's a police record about it. It's not a lie. They're gonna charge her with attempted murder, assault with a deadly weapon. She cut my hand open. She tried to stab me in the stomach, and because I was strong, I got the knife away from her. She was drunk. She's blackout drunk. Doesn't remember doing it to me. That's what she said. Weird ass stories, man. I go on all day, bro. I didn't even finish the fentanyl story. My cousin died from that the day after my special event. I lost my security job because of a fentanyl addict blowing fentanyl smoke in my face. Think of the irony in that stupid story, bro. Just think of that, dude. Oh, and one more part of this story. The Iron Maiden Ghost of Maiden kid did not do it on purpose. He stole my animatronic by accident. All my animatronics I purchased for cheap. I bought stuffing for some of them. I painted them. I spent time painting them to make them look better. I put Varathane on them to make them look shiny like glass to look less cheap. I wanted to make AI videos with them. I wanted to video like all this shit. I had all these stupid things I want to do. And fucking yeah, that didn't work out. Any of that crap, bro. Waste of my time. I go on all day. I've tried to sell shirts on Wordans, t-shirt print, like 10 or 12 years ago. I had almost like 18,000 art pictures from the Niagara Parkway, abstract photos, like hours and hours and hours where I alter photos and I put like stuff to them. I painted photos. I hand painted rocks. I've made epoxy pendants. I feel like I'm dying. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, and I don't even remember what I'm talking about because I'm talking about so much shit my brain's gonna fall out. The Ghost of Maiden kid. I accidentally stole my animatronic by accident because when I gave him I had bought two Iron Maiden masks because I thought I was gonna live stream, and when he's playing music, I was gonna wear a live like an Iron Maiden mask on stage, and then he would have the Iron Maiden mask on or put it on his animatronic or something. So he wore the mask for a minute, but he got hot and he's like, I don't want to wear it. And then he said, can I put it on your animatronic and then put it up there with me for my live stream? Because he was live streaming, because he's a YouTuber. And I was trying to help him, man. Because I thought, yo, if I pay him $100 for 4 hours and he plays music for 3 hours and I give him a mask that I paid $140 for, that's $240. And I was going to give him free pizza and free cake and like give his father stuff like that, like free food and drink and shit. And I thought that was fair, bro. And I was also going to give him more if people bought tickets. I was going to raise how much money I give him. Obviously, I was going to be profiting. I'll give him money out of it. He was part of my show. But he ended up like keeping my animatronic by accident because what happened was at the end of the show, I had the lady telling me you have 20 minutes to get all the shit out of here. You have to pay me another hour, which would have been $120 or $100 because I had to pay after hour fee. I had to pay extra money, by the way, for the last hour. So anyway, I paid more than $100 an hour for the last hour. And the man I rented it from, he told me I had up to 35 minutes to get the shit out of there. The girl was all in this big hurry. She's like, if you don't get out of here in 20 minutes, I might have to charge you. And then I had my dad, hurry up, get your stuff out. So my brain was going everywhere. I had all these people telling me to get the stuff, unpack it, get it out of the building. And then that kid's like, oh, can I keep Eddie? So obviously I bought him an Eddie mask, you know, because there's a collector's. There's four of them. I kept the space alien kind of one. He didn't want that one. I wanted that one. I gave him the one he wanted. I even let him pick the one that he wanted. I sent him a picture ahead of time. He's like, yeah, that one's cool. I want it. That's the one I got him. And by the way, the one I got him was the most expensive one, bro. Just so everybody knows that. They can look on Amazon. It was friggin' expensive, dude. And then he got my animatronic by accident because he's like... So imagine I'm tearing things down and everybody's yelling shit at me and then that kid says that. He's like, can I keep Eddie? And he taps him on top of the head. And it was still on the animatronic. The animatronic was sitting on the table. That was the first animatronic I ordered. And it was a Grim Reaper. And I cared about it, bro, because I painted it for like fucking 5 hours. And I didn't paint the one hand on it. It was the only thing I didn't finish a hand on it because I tried painting them all. So I'd paint one, and then when like I'd start painting another one while the paint was wet, and I'd be doing like 4 at once, and then I'd restart the other one. So I was trying to do too much at the whole time painting them to begin with. Get what I'm saying? To even do the show, and to have him take that, I was mad. And then I had my dad. He did that on purpose. He tricked you. He manipulated you by saying that to you and tapping on the mask's head and saying, "Can I keep Eddie?" You know what I'm saying? Like, he did kind of manipulate me. I thought that, like, the way he did that to me. He should have, like, because I bought him a mask, right? And keep in mind, at the beginning of the show, I said, when he put the mask on the animatronic, I said, yo, man, the animatronic's mine, bro. You can't keep the animatronic. I told him that at the beginning of the show. So I don't know how you forget that in 4 hours, dude. Like, are you excited or you just have bad memory? I stressed that to him. I said, make sure you don't keep my animatronic. I want it back or something like on that lines because I painted it and I cared about it, bro. I put time into painting the thing at my mom's house in Fort Erie. In my cousin's garage, I painted all my masks. I have AI videos with masks in it that I've hand painted for AI videos specifically because I have a 9-year-old nephew and he likes YouTube and he's in love with Jake Paul. And I have 67 friggin' videos. And I had planned on making this channel for a long time. And my channel is about everybody on YouTube, basically. I remix videos. I make lots of different videos about all kinds of things. Get it? And all this is the exact same thing, and it's all going back to the same story as I'm a special person, and no lady upstairs is going to say, he said mother effer about me, and I'm going to get him in trouble, and, my boyfriend's not going to like him now, and my boyfriend's going to intimidate him. No, I'm going to intimidate you. Leave me alone, bro. Right? I make music. I listen to Native American music. I listen to Adapak Christian. I listen to that Louise guy. I listen to some other guy. What the hell's his name? I don't even know their names. It's hard to pronounce them all. One of my favorite songs in the whole world is The Colors of the Rainbow. It's a Japanese flute song. And if you look it up on YouTube, it's a beautiful song, and I love that song. And that's why I got into, like, Native American flutes, was because of Japanese flutes. And because of that one Japanese guy who made that song. And I like his music. And a lot of people don't understand his music because it just sounds like a bunch of squealing. And he does half notes and all kinds of cool things. And that's like just healing frequencies. And I know a lot about music, and I believe in all those things. And I'm very spiritual. And I'm not a weirdo, and I don't talk to myself, and I don't hear voices, and I don't hallucinate. Okay? I've never seen little aliens. I've never seen the devil. I've never seen a Bigfoot. I've never seen a Sasquatch. I've never seen a witch flying by on a broom, because I'm not a weirdo. I don't deserve to be treated like a weirdo. I don't deserve to take a little dog that I've been having the camera on for the last, like, 40 minutes outside and have to like dodge 50 mounds of landmine dog poops. When I pick up the dog poop every time, because I was under the assumption that there's a bylaw that states you have to pick up after your pet, or there's a fine. Well, that's a joke. That's about as much as a joke as a bylaw signs at the parks that I do on the summers for 4 years for the city. When I did the swimming pools in Niagara Falls, Valleyway. It's called F.H. Leslie. I did that park for like 4 years in a row. I did Mitchelson Park by like St. Paul High School in Niagara Falls. There's a beautiful church there. I'd pray to it every day. I like to pray to the church. There's a shrine there. I'd pray there because I work midnights. Like I said, it'd be complete silence. It was like I was the only one alive, bro, at 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, praying to God. Do you think God could hear me? Probably. And I don't do that to people. Gives them the right to do that to me, bro. You want to let your kid do that, live on the bottom floor. This is my point, man. I'm going to tell Landlord-Tenant Act this and a lawyer. I didn't pay a lease agreement and live here for almost like, yeah, I've lived here like 4 years. For some weird lady to move in above me after some Ukrainians bugged me for 7 months and then get me in trouble. All these people are going to get a lawsuit that they've never seen before, bro. And I don't even care if I'm poor. I don't need money to sue people. I need a good case. And if some weirdo thinks that that's not annoying what they're doing to me, like, control your kid, man. That's her excuse to my super. My kid's in preschool. My kid heard him say mother effer. Well, you're an adult. Control your kid. I don't have a kid, lady. I have 7 nephews and nieces. I have a half sister. She has 2 kids. My brother has 5 children. I have a niece who's a female. She's over 19 years old now. My other nephews are in their 20s. See what I'm talking about, bro? My brother has kids with 3 different women. People think I have no life experiences, that they're going to walk all over me like I'm some brain-dead idiot. I'm not a brain-dead idiot. I got A's in school. Elementary school, A's. Check my report cards. High school, A's. You know, I went to Stanford High School. There's sound and video open when I was in high school there in that school. I took sound and video, how to make videos. I took drama class, too, for acting. I did. That's why I like YouTube. I like acting. I like making myself cry. I like making myself look like a ranting lunatic. I like making myself sound like a monster. I like making myself growl like a werewolf. Am I a weirdo? No. Why do people watch movies? You might as well go call the movie people a weirdo. I'm sorry I'm not a part of the Actors Guild. I'm sorry I didn't go to college for acting. I'm sorry I didn't learn the right avenues to go down to learn how to talk to the right person to actually be in a movie or to benefit any kind of financial gain from being an actor. But you can hear how fluently I speak because I'm going to be an actor, bro. I'm going to try. How about that, everybody who wants to make fun of me? I'm not even going to look at the comments. I don't even care. I don't even care if one person watches this. I hope one person watches this and cares and actually like gets motivated by it to do something about themselves. Nobody ever is an actor because they don't ever try, and all they ever do is make fun of people who say they're going to be an actor, and that's why nobody's ever an actor, because they listen to other people, they listen to their parents. That's why I didn't play professional soccer, because I listened to my parents, and because my parents did not want to drive me to traveling soccer to play with 16-year-old kids when I was 13 years old, when my coach was a retired coach from Team Canada. His name's Dave Cromie. He was my coach. I played traveling soccer. I didn't play house league, where all the little kids, like, I'm going to play soccer, mommy, when they're like 10 years old. No, I played traveling soccer when I was like 11 years old, 12 years old, 13 years old. And then, when I played traveling soccer at 13 years old, my coach, he said, because our team was number 1 and we kept winning, I have trophies and medallions from it. I would get 3 goals, 2 assists every game. 2 goals, 4 assists. 1 goal, 3 assists. Every game, I have newspaper clippings. Every game, at 1 goal. I played right wing, center, midfield. Mainly right wing. I never got taken out of the game. I played the entire game. My parents told my coach that's too far. He told my mom to her face, bro. I guarantee your son will get a scholarship. He'll play soccer for a living. He'll get to go to university at the worst. They'll pay for his university. He wanted me to play with 16-year-olds when I was 13. He wanted me to sit on the bench for a year or 2. They were going to teach me everything. Then when I turned 16, I would start playing. Then, after that, I would go to high school and all that shit. Then I would be going to college or university. All these people would be fighting over me because I was so good at soccer. My mom took that away. I became a pothead. I dropped out of grade 12 with like 4 months left because I hated my family. Because I hated that I couldn't play soccer no more. Okay, my high school had no soccer team. Okay, this is my life, bro. Then I went to college. I got my GED. Now I have like my high school. Anyway. So my whole life's been a shit show. It's stupid. When I was a little boy and I was like 9 years old, I caught a frog in the woods or whatever. It's a little toad thing, and I brought it back, and my dad was camping at Jellystone Park. And had this fire going, and I'm like, I'm going to show him the frog that I got. Maybe I was older. Maybe I was like 10 or 11 or something, man. And I showed him the frog, and he friggin' took it, and he nailed his feet to the top of this piece of wood, and he put it on top over the fire ring, so the fire was on the bottom of the wood, so it wasn't even going to kill it right away. And he held my head and made me watch, and he like tortured it, bro. And I had to watch it like bubble to death. And I cried. And that was my dad, man. And he does this shit like that to me all the time. And I should tell the police that shit about him. He's a weirdo. And he's like, oh, you brought that here, and you're gonna get a wart on your finger, and you shouldn't touch toads, and you're an idiot or something. And that's why he did that to me, because I'm being a little boy, bro. So that's why I'm mean. So you think I need some little like lady saying, "You're scaring my kid, man"? She doesn't know what it's like to be scared. My dad used to full punch me in the face and slap me and shit, bro. Call me names, pull my hair, push me in the corner with his chest and not let me get out of the corner while he's yelling in my face. Just do lots of shit to me. His main thing to do with me is to tell me to toughen up and yell at me all the time and tell me not to be an idiot and like stop acting like a little girl. Because I was so polite. And I'd say please and thank you and blah blah blah, and I was the most polite little kid, bro. And just remember, I went to preschool in grade 1 around the corner, so however old you are in preschool in grade 1, because I only lived in Chippewa till halfway through grade 1, and my mother and father divorced because my dad used to beat my mom up. My dad threw my mother out of a moving car when she was pregnant. So that was my dad, dude. My dad got caught with 2 pounds of marijuana and went to jail, like to prison, because that long ago was real bad. And he was sending marijuana to my uncle in London, and he got caught. And he went to prison for that shit. And I think that's why they got divorced or something. I don't know. But he let me drive a dirt bike when I was in preschool or grade 1. And I drove into the fence around the corner from here by the store, and I broke my face, basically. Because my dad was holding the back of the dirt bike, and when I accelerated, he couldn't hold it. And because obviously I'm that little, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. And the thing just went full speed, bro, and I didn't even know how to brake or nothing, and I drove into the fence. My dad wiped out on a motorcycle with me when I was a little kid. I had brush burn all over. That was on the Niagara Parkway after winter, you know, there's like stone and rock everywhere. He like wiped out with me and slid across the road and bounced over the curb. The motorcycle landed on his legs, and he was like squashing me. He landed on top of me. He didn't even take me to the hospital for that. You know what he did? He brought me home. He put me in his bathtub. Because this was a long time ago when they didn't have all this good stuff. They only have like the hardcore alcohol and shit that kills you. And he put that on my entire body, bro. I was a little kid. Remember this. Like really little kid. And my whole body was brush burned from head to toe. And then my mom was so mad at him, he never brought me to the hospital. When I was in grade 6 or something, my brother kicked a fence into my face. Like, you know the school fences that they have like the thing on them and you pull it up and you can open it? And in the summertime, they take the lock off it sometimes. So sometimes it will go back and forth. So you know what I'm talking about? Like if you kick it the one way, it will spring back at you. So I was chasing my brother and he friggin' kicked the thing. And I was running after him. He kicked it open and it came flying back and it stuck inside of my face. Like the fence was stuck in my face. I had to rip it out of my face, bro. It cut the side of my nose off. I have a scar on my nose. And in the middle of my forehead, there's a scar right there. That's from the fence being stuck in my forehead, bro. Like all the way to my skull. And I ripped it out, and then my whole hat was blood, like blood red, my whole hat. And then I walk home, and I tell my stepfather, and he's like looking at me, and he started laughing at me. He's making fun of me and all this stuff. And I was like really bad, like blood coming out everywhere. Didn't take me to the hospital. He's like, you'll be fine. You know what the doctor told my parents? That's why your son has a scar everywhere, because you guys are idiots. My brother's cat, it clawed my ear in half on my left ear. It jumped on my face and clawed my whole earlobe in half. For no reason, it just went nuts. It jumped on my face and attacked me. Because he had like all these animals in his apartment and the thing was nuts. And it attacked me like that, like clawed my earlobe. And then I went to Wasaga Beach in Collingwood to like some, it's called Sunset Park or Sunshine Park, and it's this week-long party during May 24. And I went there with my ear, and it was all swollen, and it was all bloody and, like, gross, and I had this big bandage, and everybody's making fun of me. So all weekend, all these chicks didn't want to come near me. They're making fun of me because my ear looks stupid. Anyway, what other stories I got? Oh yeah, I went to a house party once. It was full of like 100 people. There's all these chicks. And we were just gonna smoke a joint, and this person pushed me into the screen door, and the glass on it. It cut my hand open. It got all over my joint. It was like the only joint I had. It covered it all in blood. I had to throw it away. I got caught once with weed. The police took it away. Then they charged me. Well, actually, yeah, they did charge me, but that's expunged by now. Or else I wouldn't be able to be a security guard. That's when I was like a teenager, a long, long time ago, before I was even an adult. The cop found this baggie. It was me and all my friends. We went to the whirlpool to go fishing, like at nighttime. And everybody put all their marijuana in my gym bag, and it was all rolled joints. And like when we came up, we had lots left, and the cop found it all in my gym bag because I was a kid. I'm an idiot. I had a gym bag on me. And we were smoking weed, so obviously he has the right to search me. I didn't know nothing back then. If I knew what I knew now, I would have literally put the gym bag underneath the picnic table, in between like all of our legs, and then told everybody, don't claim if someone comes that it's your gym bag or something. And then that way I wouldn't have got in trouble. But anyway, he took that, he arrested me, he brought me to the Niagara Parksway. That's where I went to jail or whatever. Took my fingerprints. Friggin', yeah, when he brought me home, they let me go home that night too. They just literally took all the rolled joints, but when I got home, there's a joint in my gym bag in the bottom of it. So someone told me that cop didn't do that on purpose, bro. He went through my gym bag like 6 times. So he literally left a joint. He felt sorry for me, probably. He even gave me a ride home, too. I got charged once with a Class G2 DUI in St. Catharines with my girlfriend on like our first like real date. I bought her a stuffed animal. I was driving my cousin Joey's truck, that guy I told earlier about that died from fentanyl. He was living with me that time. Because remember I said he's homeless all the time? He's living with me. I had a car of my own. But I liked it. He had a Ford Bronco and I liked it. It was old. It was like a 19 fucking 90 something, real like early 90s. Those square looking trucks. And we went to St. Catharines and I was drinking. And like I wasn't even drunk, bro. I blew under half the legal drinking limit, but because I had a G2 license, I was screwed, man. It's still DUI. So they just suspend your license for one day and then you get a ticket. That's what happened with me with that shit. You want to hear the whole story? I'll tell the whole story. Yeah, I don't want to tell the story, though. I waited with her until I wasn't drunk anymore, because I was kind of drunk. We were drinking, obviously. I said, I'm not drinking and driving. So we went and got food. Because in St. Catharines, everybody goes and gets food after the bar closes. And then after I felt better, I'm like, yeah, let's go. And I wasn't I wasn't smoking weed in the car, okay? My girlfriend was. The cops have never believed me about this. So literally, where you in the St. Catharines, what's it called, the 406 or something? They always do a drunk driving trap there. So when you turn on there, you can never avoid like they're sitting there, bro. You have to go that way. So she was smoking a joint. I'm like, well, fuck it. I'm just gonna turn around, man. I did not think they would chase me, and my whole thing was I was gonna say I made a wrong turn, man. So as soon as I did the U-turn thing on that thing there to go the other way, because it's not a one-way. You're allowed to go the way that I did, but you're not allowed to do a U-turn like I did. I had like 3 cops chase me. So then my big plan was, fuck, because I seen their lights come on and they were turning to come get me. I'm like, I'm just gonna go fast and go down the side street. Like, yeah, right, bro. They were like right there. They got me. They stole my knife out of the door because I had a buck knife in my door. That was important to me. And it was always in the door of my cousin's truck because we went and did stuff in the bushes all the time, and I always brought the knife with me because I like carving sticks and shit. The cops took it. They kept it. I never had the knife returned to me. And they did all that other shit to me. They put handcuffs. They put me in the car. They made me do the breathalyzer. And the cop even like said, you're like half the legal limit, but I have to charge you, man. And then I had to get a tow truck. They towed that car back to my house. And that same girl that happened with, I lived with her for almost 7 years. That girl that stabbed with me, I lived with her for 3 years. I lived with some other girl for 2 years. In houses, apartments. I've lived in motels. I've been homeless twice in my life. I had to live in a trailer. I'm not even making this shit up, dude. I forgot about that story. Like, literally, me and my girlfriend lost our jobs at the same time, and we couldn't get a job for life of us, and we were screwed. Because, I lost my taxi license. Because that stupid DUI fucking thing. Or no, wait, that's why I lost my cab license. So I lost my cab job. Then I started working at Millennium Trail Retirement Home. But before I got that job, I couldn't get a job. I was applying everywhere. This was a really long time ago. The Millennium Trail Retirement Home, I got my girlfriend a job there and my mother a job there. My mother lasted there 1 week and she quit. My girlfriend lasted there a month and something and quit. I worked there almost half a year. And then I got a new job. I didn't quit. You know what my job was? To clean 20 or 30 rooms every day, and to clean every toilet every day, and to mop all the floors in their rooms, to mop all these different. They made me do mass shit, bro. Mop all these hallways. They were using me. Then they wanted me to vacuum, and I was telling the lady, it's impossible to do all this in one day. You have to write it all on a paper and stagger it and do it in a system. It's not gonna work the way they were making me do it. And I did that for a long time while they were annoying me. But anyway, back to the homeless thing. The first place I lived in the trailer when we were homeless, I was given a trailer by people who felt sorry for me and my girlfriend. So I was given this opportunity to live at my stepfather's best friend's house, and that no one would bug us, they told me. I moved to this house. This man was dirty, bro. He was disgusting. His whole backyard was infested with fleas, bro. I went inside to use his washroom because that was the agreement. I was going to pay money to be able to shower and my girlfriend shower in there and use their washroom. Because I'm living in a trailer, obviously. It was only temporary. And I go in his house, there's fleas in there, man. They're biting us. The first day I was there, I said to him, bro, they had kids in there. His kids were getting bit. These people had the child services called on them, dude. I didn't know any of this when I moved there. My parents didn't even know any of this shit. So anyway, immediately when I seen that, I said, I can't live here, bro. This is the first day I was there. So I did not live there for more than 30 days, man. I'm like, I gotta get the hell out of here. I stopped going to the guy's house. His wife was hitting on me. She was disgusting. I had to tell my mother about it because my mother knew these people her whole life. And my mom knew that lady slutty. And then I told her, she's hitting on me because I was so good looking back then. I'm not even lying, bro. This lady would always say to me, oh, she's creepy. Oh, your skin's so nice, Jimmy, because I'd have to shower in there, bro. And she'd your skin's so nice. How come it's this tan color? And how come this and that? Because I always cut grass back then too as a landscaper with my brother. And I had big muscles and I worked out a lot. Get it? Frig, I was in my 20s and shit. And this lady is so gross, bro. And she had no teeth. I had to deal with that shit for 30 days, bro. And the first day I was there, like I said, I did not want to go in their house anymore, and I complained. And they had got this fucking exterminator guy. They came there. Child services was called on them. They're gonna get their kids taken away, dude. Then I moved my trailer from that to this other person's house. Because he knew my boss that I drove cab for, and he's friends with this lady. Her name's Mary Lynn or something. And she was a dispatcher for the cab company I worked for. These are all people that knew my parents. And he's like, yeah, bring the thing here, man. It's okay. And I was embarrassed because it was beside 7-Eleven on Stanley Avenue in Niagara Falls. There's a stupid house there. It looks like it's going to fall over by this point. And that's where I had to live, bro. So every day, people would piss beside 7-Eleven by the dumpsters. And I knew all that shit would happen. And I knew that. I told everybody, I have to freaking get out of the situation I'm in. And then we're living in there. And the guy kept flirting. The guy there, this time it was opposite. The man in this house that, according to these people, told me was cool, he was a weirdo. And he kept hitting on my girlfriend because she was pretty. And every time she'd go in to have a shower, this weird man would try to open the door. And my girlfriend told me the one time, she's like, I didn't want to tell you because you're going to get really mad because she knows how I am. And she knows how I am about women, and that man had no right to do that. And he would try to open the door, bro. And this door had no lock on it. Just remember this too. The door had no lock. And I told him specifically, when my girlfriend is in the shower, dude, like you can hear the shower on, man. And she even told him, I'm going to have a shower. Like, don't go in the bathroom. And he would try to shoulder block the door. She would hold the door, and this guy is like in his 50s, dude, trying to open the door and shoulder block it. Okay, is that weird? So I go tell the guy, why you do that, man? That's weird. Don't do that to my girlfriend. And he would always flirt with her and tell her she's pretty and shit, and it's creepy. And we were young back then, and he's like 30 years older than her. It's like, bro, don't say that to my girlfriend. So anyway, he stole all my landscape equipment when I went to work. The one day I come home, all my landscape equipment's gone out of his garage because I owned a landscape company when I was 21 years old, and I stored all that shit in his garage. Because this story happened before the cab shit, basically. This Dennis idiot guy stole my landscape shit. There's so many people did shit to me, I can't even keep up with it. My cousin Mike stole my wallet from Shirkston Shores when me and my brother were with him. And he took us on the golf cart. Because his father, like I said, owns Value Muffler and he has a lot of money. And he used to friggin' have a place at Shirkston Shores. He doesn't have it there anymore because they sold all that to independent owners. So I would always go there all the time with my cousin Mike. And he literally stole out of the car, like from me, my brother, and two other people. He stole our wallets. He stole our money. He threw my ID in the garbage cans. And we found all this out later because he admitted to it. Fucking douchebag, bro. So this friend, Mark. So that was a big plan because Mark stayed there too. And he took me, my brother, and my other friends on the golf cart. And the other guy went in the car there. Like shady as hell, bro. I've had people steal marijuana from me. My girlfriend used to steal marijuana from me. So again, why wouldn't I be mean by this point, bro? Like, I'm just trying to explain myself, you know? And none of this shit I ranted about is a lie, bro. It's all the truth, 100%. Like, when I was 16 years old, my cousin and my brother, he owned the Suzuki Sidekick with a wicked loud stereo in it. You know how you are when you're a kid. He was supposed to pick me up on Clifton Hill with my 3 friends, and we were going to go cruising. So what was going to happen is I didn't know my cousin Mike was with him. It's supposed to be me, my brother, and my 3 friends in the back seat. And I was supposed to go in the front seat because it was so cool to me that I get to sit in the front and all these chicks hear the stereo and stare at us. And I was going to flirt with them and yell at them on Clifton Hill. Because back then, that's how it was. There's no internet or nothing, bro. And they ditched me. So we're on Clifton Hill, and all of a sudden I see my brother cruising up and down the hill. And I hear his stupid stereo. And if anybody's been in Niagara Falls, you can't move on Clifton Hill in the summer. So I walked, I seen him coming down. And I'm like, hey, man. I wasn't being mean or nothing. And he's like, hey, what's up? Because he's my brother. And I'm like, and he's like, I'm going to turn around, and when we come back up the hill, I'm going to talk to you. And then he did his thing where he turns around the parkway, and he's coming up, and I heard his stereo. And I walk up and talk to them. And right away, like, I look in the back seat, and there's these 2 chicks, and then my cousin Mike's in there. So remember, when you're going down Clifton Hill, I didn't really know that my cousin was in there and those chicks. Like, I didn't really look. I only really seen my brother. So I thought he was coming to get me and my friends. Get it? That's why I thought he's like, hey, I'm going to get you. So once he said that to me, I wasn't paying attention to him anymore, even though he was stuck in traffic. I just slowly said, oh, alright, cool, bro. So imagine what I felt like when he turned around and he's coming back up Clifton Hill and I see my cousin Mike's face looking at me, laughing at me, and then like those two chicks in the back seat when I walked up. I was mad, man. I'm like, you ditched me, bro. You're my brother. Why are you ditching me? We had plans or whatever. So that's literally what the whole fight was about. And remember, they're like 19 and I'm like, oh no, sorry, they were 18 and I was like 15, gonna be 16. I was not an adult or nothing, bro. I was a little kid. So literally, we're all like kind of close in birthdays. So just remember, they're 3 years older than me. They're basically adults. Because I think 18 and 19 is adult, basically, right? So my cousin started laughing at me and I was mad. And then he's like, grabbed my shirt and he started stretching my shirt and he started slapping me on my cheeks and calling me like a crybaby. And these girls are like laughing at me in the back of the thing. And he was like smoking a cigarette. And he kept like slapping me and I'm like, dude, let me go. This went on for like a minute straight, bro. And he stretched my shirt to shit. And I'm like, Mikey, if you don't let go of me, I'm going to freaking punch you. And then he's like, whatever, whatever. And he like started slapping me again. So I punched him. You know, what am I supposed to do? He was assaulting me. And that was how the fight was. And then the smoke flew in his face and ashes went everywhere. He burned himself. I almost broke his eye bone. There's an orbital, it's called orbital eye bone above your eyeball. He went to the doctor. The doctor said that that's like the hardest bone in your body almost. And like it was so close to me breaking that on him. That's how hard I punched him. I was like a little kid with no muscles, bro. Just remember that shit. That's how much anger I had. So you see why I don't want nobody bugging me, dude? Like, I have complete control of my anger. I don't want to be mean to nobody. Like, people can hurt each other. I don't want to argue with nobody. I don't want to fight with anybody. Okay, I hurt my cousin when I was a little kid, and I felt horribly bad after. I don't remember if I kicked him, too. I think I punched him 3 times, and then he let me go. And then he's way bigger than me, and because he's like 6 foot tall. Because remember, he's like really tall and bigger than me. He's an adult almost. But I was a little kid. And when he tried to get out of the Jeep, when he tried to go out of the Jeep, I kicked him because the window was rolled down. I kicked him in the forehead. And then he went flying back in the Jeep. And then my brother just told him to not fight me anymore, and they drove away. And then, nothing happened to me. No cops came or nothing. Me and my friends were chilling. And then my cousin Mike walked down Clifton Hill. Him and my brother came walking down. Like he went and parked his car and came down there. And his one eyeball was completely blood, bro. It was all bloodshot with like blood coming out of it. And I'm like, oh my God, bro. I'm like, look at your eyeball. I'm like, did I do that to your eye? And like, I couldn't believe I did that to my cousin's eye. And I started crying, man. And I'm like, Mikey, go to the hospital. You might go blind in your eyeball. And he's like, he wanted to fight me, dude. He's like trying to fight me. And then the police on the Clifton Hill, like, security police, they came walking down. Because I guess by this point, all these tourists have been calling about a big fight going on. And they just told us to all go home and not to fight no more. So that's why my cousin didn't fight me no more. So I started walking home near, and back then it was called Niagara Falls Arena. So as soon as I got to Niagara Falls Arena, my brother came. And he, like, he drove by in his Jeep thing, and he yelled F you at me. So, yeah, he parked his Jeep, and he came up, and my brother started fighting me. He started attacking me and punching me. So that's why I punched my brother. So then, later on, after I punched my brother, I beat him up or whatever. He punched me 3 times, I punched him once. Then, he wanted to punch me again, and then I punched him again. Then my buddy Hugh or whatever, he get in between and broke us up. I started walking to my aunt's house. Then my brother obviously has a car, he can get there faster than me. Because this all happened during a holiday, and my whole family is at my Aunt Kathy's house. Including my mom and all my other cousins and relatives and shit. And by the time I walked there with my friends, my brother and my cousin had already gotten there and lied about me to my whole family. Had said I attacked them and all this shit. So I go walking out, my stepfather, he grabs me, calls me all these names, rips my shirt, throws me on my ass, starts asking me why I attacked my brother and my cousin. Because I guess my brother's eye, it had blood coming out of it. It was all like all broken and like weird looking. It looked like he's gonna go blind in his eye. They had opposite shiners, dude, the next day. They looked like a raccoon, like opposite. My family was laughing at them. Anyway, they lied about me. They said I attacked them. Remember this whole story? They attacked me, bro. My cousin attacked me first. My brother attacked me. Then my stepfather attacked me at my aunt's house. So then I run inside. I call 911. I'm like, my stepfather's attacking me. But the cops were already on the way to my Aunt Kathy's house or something. They already knew, like, fucking blah, blah, blah. Because anyway, somebody had already called about my brother attacking me. Get my point is, you go from Clifton Hill to Niagara Falls Arena. The cop on Clifton Hill said, go home, don't fight. I don't know why I keep coughing, man. Oh my god. So by the time I got to Niagara Falls Arena, my brother was there. People were calling. There's a big riot going on by Niagara Falls Arena because my brother was screaming, remember? My cousin was screaming, F you, like really loud. All my friends were screaming. Blah, 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 blah. That's why they thought there's some riot going on. So they were looking in that area for everybody, and then they see my brother's Jeep, which everybody reported. There's this red Jeep. That's who was yelling. So the cops came there literally because of my 911 call and because of my brother. You know what the cops did? I walk outside when the cops got there. It was the SWAT team guy. He had SWAT team on his coat. My family laughed about that they sent the SWAT team. Kid, I weigh like 100 pounds, bro. I wasn't even 16 years old yet. So he handcuffed me, dude, the cop. I'm not even an adult. Handcuffed me. They blame me. They said, you assaulted people. They put me in the back of the cop car. Then everybody talked to my parents and to my cousins, to all my friends, and they deciphered that my cousin attacked me, my brother attacked me. Then they had to let me out of the cop car. I didn't get charged with anything, man. They never charged my stepfather with assaulting me. I even told the cop, I want you to charge my stepfather. He was hurting me, beat me up. He ripped my shirt. He assaulted me, he threw me on the ground. They didn't do nothing to him, man. I told the cops that my cousin Mike grabbed my shirt on Clifton Hill. He slapped my face like almost 10 times in a row before I defended myself, and he wouldn't let me go. And I even asked him, let me go, let me go, let me go. While these girls are laughing at me from the back seat and making fun of me. So obviously I'm a little kid. I'm going to lose my temper. Get it? So my life is weird, man. Do you think I need people in this neighborhood leaving dog poop times 50 outside when my dog tries eating dog poop? See this dog? For 1 year straight, I'd go outside. If there's dog poop, it would run to the dog poop and try to eat it. I'm not even lying. Disgusting, man. It would poop on the pee pad and eat the dog poop. I trained all that out of my dog. Now she just shoves her face in the dog poop, so like almost touching her fur in it. She tries to pee on top of the other dog's dog poop. She's gross, man. She tries to eat dead animals. She tries to eat peanut shells. She tries to eat Jolly Rancher candies. She tries to eat pop tabs, bread bag tabs, half joints, cigarette butts. Okay, it took over a year to train that out of her, the cigarette butts. So you think I need someone leaving dog treats outside after this dumb live stream I've done about all my trauma in my life? No, I don't. Oh, excuse me. My friend Shane and Wes, when I was a kid, I was like 19, I just became drinking age. We went to the Moose Lodge. There used to be a Moose Lodge back then. We drank there. We were watching wrestling. Back then, wrestling was called WWF before they got sued by the World Wildlife Federation or Foundation and had to change their name to WWE. That's how old I am. I used to go to the Moose Lodge, bro. I said, my uncle's a part of the Legion. If anybody knows what that is. The Lions Club where I did the pool security, that's the Legion, is there. On Drummond Road in Niagara Falls, Ontario. I used to go to the Moose Lodge in Niagara Falls. It's not a Moose Lodge no more. It's not been that for a long time. Anyway, we drank there. Then we went to Mintz on Main Street. We were drinking. He was driving. He was drinking and driving. I was sitting in the back seat without a seatbelt on. He slid in between a telephone pole and this wood fence. We hit the stupid, you know, the yellow cable with the wire? He drove into that. He had turned his car so that we didn't go through the fence. We landed in between the fence and the telephone pole. And the telephone pole and the fence was touching on, like, the doors. Get it? So we can only get out the back door. I remember this. It's funny. I almost died, dude. If you had hit the pole, we'd be dead, bro. I was laying on the back floor, like on where your feet go. You know what I'm saying? Like all the way across, like that way. I didn't even know what the hell happened, bro. I was so drunk. I'm like, what the hell just happened, man? All I remember is slamming crazy hard into the back of the seats or whatever. Like, wham! So then they had to climb over into the back seat to get out the door. And then he wanted to leave the car there and just like say someone stole it. And then I'm like, no, man, you gotta stay here. Like, just you're gonna make it worse for yourself. The car's registering your name, bro. The keys are in it. Right? We were just at Mints. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, the cops are gonna watch cameras, bro. Like, they're gonna know you were driving the car. So we were arguing, and then I remember, like, I'm finally like, whatever. I'm like, what do you want to do, bro? And then we started walking to leave, and then the cops were there. And then he was screwed. So it's kind of my fault. Here's another funny story. I designated driving for this guy. His name's Warren. His name says everything about him. His name's Warren, man. He's pissed off so many people. He's an idiot, kind of, back in the day. He did bad stuff, and he's stupid. So he wanted me to designate drive his nice car. He had a nice, like, it was like some kind of, like, SUV thing. I'm like, yeah, sure, bro. Because I didn't drink anymore. I don't drink. So I said, yeah, I'll drive you guys around. And we had mass fun or whatever. Then at the end of the night, he wanted to go to McDonald's on Lundy's Lane. So I'm going to park his car with these 3 other people, and then he's going to McDonald's by himself. And I even told my other friends, don't let him go alone, bro. He's drunk. And he gets in fights all the time. So he's like, whatever, and he goes in there, and the other people just let him in. So he's in there, starts hitting on some guy's girlfriend. The guy tells him off. Then he tells the guy off. Then I'm like, this all happened in the time it takes someone to walk in somewhere and me to park their car. Okay, just what I'm talking about. This is my life, bro. So all I see is him and this guy start fucking punching each other. Inside McDonald's. And then I'm like, oh my god, man. And then I park his car, and then me and my friends go, like, trying to help him. So then he gets kicked out of McDonald's, and I'm like, what the hell's happening, man? Why are you fighting? Then this other guy ended up having, like, 8 friends with him. So they jumped my friend in the McDonald's parking lot with, like, 8 people. They're kicking him and punching him. All this crap. He's mad at me after for not helping him. What does he want me to do, bro? I even said that to him. What do you want me to do, dude? You hit on the guy's girlfriend. And I'm like, and on top of that, you started trying to fight all his friends. I'm like, you're crazy, man. See, I'm a real person. That's his own fault that happened to him. Why should I get beat up by 8 people for that guy? Get it? And then he wanted to fight me, dude. So after that happened, the cops came, and he didn't want to press charges and all that shit. So I had to deal with that for about an hour. And then I go to drive him home and everything in his car after because he's still wasted. And then he's trying to fight me in his car. So he's sitting directly behind me. So my one friend's in the front with me. He's in the back with 2 other people. And then he chooses to sit directly behind me. And I'm driving. And then he's threatening me. He's saying, oh, I'm going to punch you. I'm going to punch you out. So you know what that feels like, man? Like, and the guy's like crying, yelling, screaming at me. He's like a mental head case, kind of. Get it? That's how drunk he was. He's blackout drunk. And that wasn't the first time that guy did that to me. I'm the only one that could talk him down in my friend group. He respected me. And he even said that after the next day. He apologized and said that he would never hit me and that he was just saying all those things. It's crazy, bro. I only met that guy because of my cousin Joey. My cousin Joey was younger than me. I used to smoke marijuana. Our friend circle knew each other from my high school. So I would always run into my cousin Joey because he hung around with older people who were my friends. And then one day I seen that his friend was shaving his eyebrow off because he used to bully him all the time. So I told my friend, if you do that to him ever again, I'm going to beat the crap out of you. And that guy never bugged my cousin again. He's like, oh, shit, I didn't know you were his cousin. And I'm like, yeah, well, now you know I'm his cousin, bro. So I stand up for people. I'm not an asshole. And I also would never pick on someone because I'm better or stronger than them. I wouldn't pick on handicapped people. I don't appreciate people saying, I heard you say mother effer loud. Like, I'm way better than that, bro. I'll scream that right now. I'll say I stubbed my toe after. What are you going to do about it? I couldn't control myself. I stubbed my toe and I said mother effer because it hurt. And my toenail broke in half and I cried. Get it? So remember, this person complained because I made noise for 5 minutes, man. I'm sorry. Did you hear the silence in here? This is what I want it to be like all the time. This is normality. It's a complete norm. It's not weird at all. It's called silence. Silence of the lambs. My little doggy. Daddy's baby girl. Go outside with daddy soon. Yeah. You get the one here. My ears are ringing right now. Someone's talking crap about me. Alright, anyway, I'm done with this rant. The neighbor didn't do nothing to me. Feels good to let it all out.